So we are in Maskeliya today, right at the bottom of Sripada mountain. We are on our way to discover two waterfalls. The interesting thing is these are along the way of the Kalani river in Sri Lanka. So there are four major rivers in Sri Lanka which are originating from Sripada mountain, which we conquered a week ago. So Kalaniya, Mahavali, Valave and Kalu. This small stream that you see is what's going to be a humongous river, one of the four largest rivers in Sri Lanka, and this is how it all originates.
So there's a nice poem which explains what Adheesha said earlier. It goes like this. Mahavali Kelani Kalu Walave Yanaganda Samanola Kanda Mudune Sita Panananga. Here what Samanola Kanda means Sripada, another name for Sripada. So what it explains is there are four main rivers which are starting from Sripada. The rest of the poem goes like Baum Tanitala Hel Atharin Ringa Meva Galai Vinikata Diayata Hanga, which means these rivers go through slopes and between mountains, just like our life. And there are very valuable gems in the beds of these rivers.
So rivers are just like our lives. There's a flow, a beautiful flow to it, flows through rocks and different obstacles like that, and that's what makes a river beautiful. So in our life we are exploring so many beautiful places, and we are really happy to share it with you. So we have kept the waterfalls a secret for now. We will show you as we go. You must be wondering what those pipelines we were passing just a while ago. There's actually a hydropower plant project that's around this area, which is called Laxapana project. Of course, now you have a hint of where we are going first. There's an interesting story about Laxapana as well. So they've been trying to build this Laxapana project for a long time, and it has been failing repetitively. So the lead engineer who was in charge of this project has then decided he's going to visit Sripada, and then in Sinhala we call it Baravenava. He went there and made a wish saying if this project becomes successful, he's going to light up the whole way that is leading up towards Sripada, so that all the pilgrims can visit Sripada mountain on pilgrimages very conveniently. In fact, afterwards, when he was attempting, this project became super successful, and this is one of the most successful hydropower projects in Sri Lanka. And then he fulfilled his promise, and today if you go to Sripada during Varaya, which is the season time, you will see the whole pathway lit up with lights so that everyone can climb Sripada mountain during the night time so that they can see the sunrise from Sripada, which is a beautiful view. Which we'll definitely share with you very soon as well. In my background, what you say is the Saptakanya mountain. There's a very interesting but a very sad story around this mountain range as well. Saptakanya in English means 7 virgins. So as you can see, there are 7 peaks in this mountain range. So that's why they call it the 7 virgins mountain range or Saptakanya. And Sayare is full on research mode. As always, she's the brains behind our vlogs.
Excellent. 10 points to Gryffindor.
Right guys, so we are in Laxapana right now, on the way to the Laxapana waterfall. You must have guessed it already because we were talking about the Laxapana project. So this is the bridge that we have to cross to get to the waterfall. So let's go and explore. So after you pass the Laxapana bridge, you will encounter near these shops, and near this fall side rest there's a small road, and this is the road that you take to go to Laxapana. Laxapana Falls. We are climbing down the steps to see the Laxapana Falls. I'm not looking at the camera because I need to watch my step. While on our way down to Laxapana Falls, saw something interesting. Sri Lankan toddy, right? Local alcohol. We call it kitulra. This is what you do to a treacle tree when you want to extract toddy. So you climb up using these supporters up to the tree and then extract toddy. So nature has taken over the route to the waterfall, but we are anyway on our mission. So we are halfway down to the waterfall, and as you can see from here, it's beautiful. We are gonna go up close and then enjoy the beauty of this waterfall. That's a poisonous plant. So though it's beautiful, the meaning is basically, though the flower is so beautiful, if you eat the Niagara yam, then you are writing your own death sentence. Green, 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 green. Oh no! Yes, doesn't work around. And yes, we are finally here at Laxapana waterfall. This is the 8th highest waterfall in Sri Lanka. One of the most picturesque, one of the most beautiful waterfalls that you can ever find in Sri Lanka as well. And this is also the 625th place in terms of the height from the whole world. So it's a pretty tall waterfall, very beautiful one. The height of this waterfall is around 126 meters. So there is a small hydropower station at the bottom of the waterfall, and also on top as well there's one hydropower station. So there are two, and there's one bigger hydropower station called Laxapana hydropower station, which is a little bit further away from here. So let's also try to understand how this place got its name, Laxapana. There is a legend which says that King Nishanta Malla, when he was visiting Sripadasthana, which is Adam's Peak, he has paid homage to the god Sri Sumana Samang right here by lighting up 100,000 lamps. So which is why this place has gotten the name Laxapana. Pahana means lamp and 100,000 means Laksha. Right? So Laxapana means 100,000 lamps which were lit up in this place. There's also another story, however, which says that there was a hunter who was passing by this place and who was living around this area, and this waterfall was named after his name.
So some people say the name came from Laksha, which means iron. So they say that there are iron ore in these rocks. Because of that, this is named as Laxapana.
So interesting stories around one place. But all in all, one thing for sure is this is a really beautiful waterfall. If you are ever visiting this place, make sure that you take away everything that you bring here. If you are bringing food, make sure to take it back. Don't litter around here. We didn't see much litter around this area, but I think not many people were visiting to Laxapana waterfall around this time as well, because it was raining all these days. But all in all, it's a very beautiful place. Make sure you preserve it the way you see it after you enjoy it. Love this waterfall. Really amazing experience. So we are going to say bye to Laxapana waterfall. There's another waterfall that we are going to explore today. But before that, on the way, we are going to see something. Remember the mountain that I told you about? So I'm going to tell you the story on the way to the next waterfall. So we are going back to the place we parked our vehicle. Few facts about Laxapana hike. Is it slippery? Yes, it is slippery, especially if you go in the morning. But I think now it's about 10 AM when we are going back, and we felt that the rocks were getting less slipperier than it was when we came to his place. Also, is the climb up back difficult? It's not difficult, I would say. The steps are a little steep, so you'll have to take it slow. These days, it's like I mentioned, it's like all taken up by nature, as you can see. Aside from that, you can still walk along the way. There were 2 other groups that came down to see the waterfall as well when we were down. So yeah, all in all, you don't have to worry much, I would say. Just come and enjoy. Make sure you take your litter back home. When we were coming here, we actually skipped the breakfast, so we wanted to have some food soon after we climbed up. But the shops here don't have food unless you order. So I think the best advice that I can give you is, if you are climbing down early in the morning like us, and if you are planning to have something on your way back, to eat something here, best to just tell some of the shops here to prepare something and keep, so that when you come back from the Laxapana Falls, you will be able to eat that, have that, and treat yourself. So but they do have drinks, however, so things like cool drinks, tea and stuff like that are there. But if you want something like a meal, a breakfast or a lunch, then you'll have to place an order before you go down. On our way to Nortonbridge from Laxapana, we actually stopped by a small restaurant. So this is roti with lunumeris, and this is alakola. So after having some roti, it doesn't make it complete if you don't have some Ceylon tea, and that's what we're having right now. Right guys, so we are at the 0th mile post in Sri Lanka. So as you can see, it's stated 0, so you don't necessarily find a mile post which says 0. So Saira will now tell the story behind this 0th mile post.
They have believed actually this is the Central Sri Lanka. This is the intersection between the lines of Colombo and Sangamankanda horizontally, and Pedurutudu and Deundaratudu vertically. But with advanced digital maps, it is not actually true. But still, the vertical lines lies quite close to this. So since this is the only 0th mile post in Sri Lanka, they have preserved it. Now this has become a tourist attraction. But the purpose of this is actually still not known.
It is what it is, 0th mile post, which is right near Nortonbridge. When you are coming from Maskeliya side, before you turn into Nortonbridge, stop by here and then see this place. Right, so we are in Nortonbridge right now. I hope you remember the mountains that we showed, saying that there was a tragic story behind those mountains. So in 1974, December 4th, Martin Air, which is a Dutch airline, was flying through Sri Lanka, and they were going to refuel in Bandaranaike International Airport, and they crash landed in Saptakanya Mountain, which is the Seven Virgins Mountain. So this is the memorial which is instated to commemorate those lost souls. So may their souls rest in peace. This is the memorial statue of late Mr. DJ Wimalasurendra, who is known to be the father of hydropower in Sri Lanka and who is also the genius behind the Aberdeen Laxapana hydropower project. There's also an interesting story about how Laxapana Falls, formerly known as Kirivanneliya Ella, got its name when Mr. Wimalasurendra sat down and envisioned about how this waterfall can light up 100,000 households with hydropower and called it the waterfall that can light up 100,000 lamps, or Laxapana. We just got to Aberdeen. Now we are gonna just climb down over here. So this is the road that leads to Aberdeen. So there's about 600 meters from here, from what we heard from the people around here. It's slightly raining, a bit of a drizzle is seen. But I think hopefully we'll be able to explore this waterfall. So the path to Aberdeen is mostly comprising of concrete stairs, but there are also places which doesn't have stairs as well. But so far the journey has been alright, and there are beautiful streams along the way as well, just like this. Wow. Okay, we finally made it. So we are at Aberdeen Falls. This is the 18th highest waterfall in Sri Lanka, around 98 meters tall. And so this Aberdeen Falls is actually named after a Scottish city, which is the third largest city in Scotland. It's in Aberdeenshire. I think aside from that, there's no much folklore around this waterfall. I think we couldn't find any, but if you do find anything, feel free to comment here. But it's a very spectacular waterfall, we were very worried because it was raining. It is still raining. A bit of a drizzle for now. And we also managed to fly the drone as well. So you will see aerial shots as well. So yeah, anything good?
Oh, this was named by a estate manager, I think, in the British colonial era.
This waterfall, before it was called Aberdeen Falls, was named as Aladona Alla back in the days. Someone was feasting on my feet.
A little vampire.
A little vampire, a leech. He was over here, I was just removing him, and now he is trying to shot through my finger, but yeah. More boys. They must be thinking that today is a 5-star buffet, no?
Probably. It's a ladder.
So I never bother about these leeches and they feast off me and then I only find out later. Yeah, that's okay. That's it for now, I guess. Let's see later if there's more. So if you like, you can also go down from here as well instead of restraining yourself only to the viewing point. But we are not going to take that chance today because it's raining. Around the waterfalls, the thing is, the water levels can suddenly go up, so we don't want to take a chance. We are gonna head back home now. So it's raining! I think we are very lucky today. When we were coming here, it was raining. And when we were getting down, it was raining. But when we came close to the waterfall, it suddenly stopped. Not so much. There was a bit of a drizzle. But we could manage it, even to fly the drone. So I guess we are lucky. Mademoiselle here is taking an umbrella. But she doesn't like getting wet in the rain. That's kind of my thing, so.
I like, but I don't want to do it, so.
Okay. She says that she likes, but she doesn't want to be in wet clothes. So, anyway, she's having an umbrella. I don't. So that's how she's protecting my drone. What a smart lady, no? So we finally conquered two waterfalls, Laxapana and Aberdeen waterfall, and on the way we saw the 0th milepost and also the commemoration monument that's built in Nortonbridge for the air crash that happened in 1974. So all of these places are quite connected. I think Nortonbridge, if you look at Mr. Wimalazurendra's project of hydropower, are closely connected with Aberdeen Falls and Laxapana Falls. So we thought of sharing it with you. Until we see you guys with another vlog, have a great time, guys. We will see you again soon.
Salwara Vatune, Avatana.